The Almanack of Naval Ravikant. 9 Life-Changing Principles for Wealth and Happiness. Picture this. Broke at 30 in Silicon Valley while friends buy mansions. 15 years later, worth hundreds of millions, called the philosopher of Silicon Valley. His secret? He says wealth was the easy part. Happiness? That's where most people fail. I'm talking about Naval Ravikant, and his insights will completely flip how you think about money and life. 2 conversations happened in Palo Alto that perfectly capture this difference. Dude, I just raised 50 million. I'll finally be happy when this exits. Meanwhile, Naval tells someone, the fundamental delusion is thinking something out there will make you happy forever. Same city, same success obsession, but only one understood the real game. The Almanack of Naval Ravikant isn't just another business book. It's pure wisdom from someone who's mastered both wealth and happiness, compiled by Eric Jorgenson. Today, we're breaking down 9 principles that separate the truly wealthy from those just chasing paychecks. Let's dive in. Principle 1. Wealth versus money, the foundation. Here's the distinction that changes everything. 2 software engineers, both talented. Alex earns $300,000 at Google. Fancy dinners, Napa weekends, latest gadgets. Everyone thinks he's made it. Sam earns half that freelancing, drives a Prius, cooks at home. But Sam builds a SaaS product nights and weekends while Alex spends everything he makes. 5 years later, Alex still trades time for money, 1 layoff from panic. Sam's assets generate passive income. Work became optional. Naval puts it simply, seek wealth, not money or status. Wealth is assets earning while you sleep. Money just transfers value. Status is your social rank. This isn't semantics. It's the difference between freedom and a golden prison. Think about Bezos. Amazon wasn't valuable because he worked harder. It was valuable because he owned equity in something that scaled. Every transaction, every Prime membership, every AWS server, all generating value without his direct time investment. The wealth mindset asks, how do I create value that compounds? The money mindset asks, how do I work harder for more hours? Here's your action step. Audit your time this week. How many hours create lasting assets versus just earning immediate income? Start shifting even 1 hour daily toward building something that can work without you. Principle 2. The leverage revolution. Most people hit an income ceiling because they're trapped by time. Take marketing consultants charging $200 an hour. Seems great until you realize 40 hours times 200 equals their maximum possible income. They're successful but stuck. Naval identifies 3 types of leverage: labor, capital, and products with no marginal cost. Labor leverage, hiring people. Capital leverage, using money to make money. But the 3rd type, that's where fortunes are built. Consider Mr. Beast. He didn't just make better videos, he created systems, teams handling editing, research, logistics. His knowledge gets packaged into content that reaches millions simultaneously. One idea, infinite distribution. Or look at software. A developer creates an app once, sells it millions of times. Same with online courses, books, even this YouTube channel. Create once, distribute infinitely. The beautiful thing about digital leverage? No additional effort per customer. Whether 1 person or 1 million people use your software, your workload stays the same. Traditional careers scale linearly. Work more hours, earn more money. Leveraged careers scale exponentially. Create once, earn repeatedly. Your move. Identify one skill or piece of knowledge you have that could be packaged into something scalable. A course, an app, a digital service. Start small, but start building leverage. Principle 3. Specific knowledge, your unfair advantage. Here's how ordinary people become irreplaceable. 10 years ago, Jake was another accountant in Chicago, competent but replaceable. Then crypto exploded, and Jake noticed something nobody was discussing: crypto tax complications. While others chased trading profits, Jake studied blockchain technology, DeFi protocols, regulatory maze, boring stuff that felt overwhelming to other accountants. Today, his crypto tax firm generates over $2 million annually. He charges $500 an hour because literally nobody else has his specific combination of knowledge. This is specific knowledge, skills you cannot be trained for. If society can train you, someone cheaper will replace you. Think about Joe Rogan. Anyone can interview people. But Rogan's specific knowledge, martial arts background, comedy experience, genuine curiosity, podcast format innovation, creates something unreplicatable. His combination is unique. Or consider Elon Musk. Engineering knowledge plus manufacturing experience plus space obsession plus electric vehicle vision. Each skill alone is common. The combination? Priceless. Your specific knowledge often feels like play to you, but work to others. Jake enjoyed diving into crypto complexity, while others found it tedious. That natural interest became a $1 million advantage. Here's the key. Follow your genuine curiosity. What topics do you naturally dive deep into? What problems do you solve that others avoid? That intersection might be your goldmine. Don't force it. Authentic obsession beats manufactured passion every time. Principle 4. The happiness equation. Success doesn't guarantee satisfaction, and here's why. I once sat next to someone who'd just sold his company for $50 million. Dream outcome, right? His response shocked me. I thought I'd be happier. Same person, same problems, just more money. This is the hedonic treadmill. Lottery winners aren't happier a year later. New achievements provide temporary highs, then back to baseline. Naval's happiness equation is elegantly simple. Health plus wealth plus good relationships minus stress. But here's the deeper insight. Happiness is a skill, not a destination. Watch two entrepreneurs facing identical pressures. David obsesses over competitors, ties self-worth to revenue, sees every setback as personal failure. Sarah practices present moment awareness, accepts what she can't control, finds gratitude in the journey. Same external circumstances, completely different experiences. The difference? Sarah treats happiness as something you practice, not achieve. She understands that a happy person isn't always happy. They just interpret events without losing inner peace. Most people think happiness comes from getting something. Naval teaches it comes from wanting what you already have. Try this exercise. Before checking your phone tomorrow morning, list 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. Not big achievements, small, present moments. Coffee taste, comfortable bed, text from a friend. Watch how this simple shift changes your entire day's experience. Principle 5. The decision-making framework. Most people agonize over big decisions for weeks. Naval makes them in minutes. Picture this scenario. You're offered 2 jobs. First, $150,000 at an established company, benefits, clear path. Second 100,000 at a risky startup, equity might be worthless, but cutting-edge learning opportunity. Most people create pro-con lists, ask everyone's opinion, stress for weeks. Naval's framework cuts through the noise. Take Rachel, facing exactly this choice 3 years ago. 28, consulting career, offered a product manager role at a fintech startup. Lower salary, higher risk, chance to build from scratch. She used Naval's core principle. In an age of infinite leverage, judgment is the most important skill. Her questions were simple but powerful. Which choice gives me more leverage? Which develops irreplaceable skills? Which aligns with my natural energy? If I'm 80, which choice would I regret not taking? The startup won on all counts. Rachel took the risk, learned product management, user acquisition, fundraising. When the company got acquired 18 months later, the real value wasn't the equity payout. It was the skills and network she'd built. Today, she runs product at a $2 billion company. That risky decision became her career foundation. Naval's insight: easy choices lead to hard lives. Hard choices lead to easy lives. The framework isn't about avoiding risk. It's about taking the right risks with the right information at the right time. Principle 6. The compound effect of tiny habits. Naval's daily routine sounds almost boring. Wake up, meditate an hour, read 2 hours, exercise, work on high-leverage activities, spend time in nature. No fancy systems, no complex morning routines, no productivity hacks. But here's what happened when someone I know adopted just one Naval habit. Mike was a classic overthinker. Every decision became analysis paralysis. Every problem got examined to death. Then he started Naval's 1-minute meditation. Literally 1 minute of sitting quietly, observing breath. His reaction? That's it. That'll change my life. 6 months later, I can't believe how much clearer my thinking became. Decisions happened faster, worry decreased, problem-solving actually feels enjoyable now. The mind is like a muscle. It can be trained and controlled. Meditation is mental strength training. But here's the deeper principle. Compound effects in habits create exponential life results. Reading 30 minutes daily seems insignificant. Over a decade, hundreds of books, thousands of insights, completely transformed thinking. Daily exercise doesn't create visible changes immediately. Over years, the difference between energy and exhaustion, confidence and insecurity, health and medication dependency. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages daily, not because each page is life-changing, but because the compound effect of consistent learning creates unmatched wisdom. The magic isn't in individual habits. It's in compound effects over time. Start ridiculously small. 1-minute meditation, 10 pages reading, 5 minutes exercise. Consistency beats intensity every time. Principle 7. The authenticity advantage. The worst business advice I ever followed. Fake it till you make it. Early career, I pretended to love networking events despite being naturally introverted. Acted passionate about topics that bored me. Copied successful people's styles instead of developing my own. Result? Mediocre at being someone else instead of excellent at being myself. Naval teaches the opposite. Escape competition through authenticity. Your combination of skills, interests, and personality is unique. Nobody can compete with you being you. Consider Tim Ferriss. He didn't become successful by being the best business author. He combined lifestyle design, personal experimentation, podcast interviewing, and self-optimization into something completely unique. His authenticity became his competitive advantage. Or look at Gary Vaynerchuk. Wine knowledge plus social media plus New York energy plus entrepreneurial hustle. Each element alone is common. The combination? Irreplaceable. I watched this play out with a financial advisor who struggled following industry playbooks, cold calling, formal presentations, projecting expertise, miserable and mediocre results. Then she leaned into what made her different: genuine fascination with behavioral psychology and money emotions. Started hosting casual coffee meetings, helping people understand their money mindset before discussing investments. Within a year, her practice grew 300%. Not because she became a better salesperson, because she became authentically herself. The beautiful thing about authenticity? It's completely unscalable by competitors. They can copy your strategies, products, pricing. They cannot copy your unique combination of experiences, perspectives, interests. Stop trying to be the best version of someone else. Start being the best version of yourself. Principle 8. The wealth mindset shift. I used to think wealthy people were lucky, greedy, or somehow different. Then I met James, hometown guy who built a $20 million plumbing supply business. James drives a normal car, wears regular clothes. You'd never spot him as wealthy. But his mindset? Completely different. While most people see problems as annoyances, James sees opportunities. Major supplier goes out of business. Others complain about disruption. James buys their customer list, hires their best salespeople. New regulations make compliance harder. Others gripe about government interference. James creates compliance consulting, generates 6 figures annually. This embodies Naval's insight. Wealth creation is a positive-sum game, but most people think it's zero-sum because they're educated in competitive environments. The scarcity mindset asks, how do I get my piece of the pie? The abundance mindset asks, how do I make the pie bigger? James never competed on price. He competed on value. Never worried about other businesses succeeding. He collaborated with them. Never hoarded knowledge. He shared freely, making people want to work with him. While competitors fought over scraps, James built an empire by making everyone around him more successful. This is the wealth mindset, creating value that didn't exist before. Not taking from others, but expanding the total pool of value available. Amazon didn't steal retail market share. They expanded what retail could be. Tesla didn't just make another car. They redefined transportation's future. Look for problems you can solve, not just money you can earn. The money follows value creation, not the other way around. Principle 9. The happiness habits that work. Lisa spent years chasing happiness through achievement. Better job, bigger apartment, fancier vacations, designer clothes. Each success gave temporary highs, followed by return to baseline dissatisfaction. Sound familiar? Then she discovered Naval's approach. Everything changed. Instead of seeking happiness through external achievements, she practiced internal skills. 10 minutes daily meditation. Gratitude journaling, focusing on what was already good. Present moment awareness, actually tasting food instead of eating while scrolling. The shift was gradual but profound. Joy started appearing in ordinary moments. Morning coffee, friend conversations, even mundane work tasks. External circumstances barely changed, but life experience transformed completely. Naval explains this perfectly. Happiness comes from being satisfied with what you have. Success comes from dissatisfaction with what you have. Choose when to be happy. choose when to be successful. The key insight? Happiness and success require opposite mindsets. Success needs wanting something you don't have. Happiness needs appreciating what you already have. Most people try being successful and happy simultaneously, creating internal conflict and guaranteeing neither. Naval's solution? Time and place for both. Be dissatisfied and driven when building. Be satisfied and grateful when living. This isn't about choosing one over the other. It's about knowing which mode serves you when. Conclusion. When I first encountered Naval's ideas, they seemed too good to be true. A philosophy promising both wealth and happiness? Come on. But after applying these principles and watching them work in real life, I can say this book delivers. What makes the Almanack special? It's not theoretical. Every principle is practical, actionable, proven by results. Some concepts might challenge your beliefs, especially if you've been taught that hard work automatically equals success, or that you must choose between money and happiness. That's exactly why this book is valuable. Rating? Solid 9.5 out of 10. Only reason it's not perfect. Some insights require multiple readings to fully grasp, but that's also what makes it powerful. Here's your challenge, and I'm serious about this. Don't just consume this content. Pick one principle that resonated most strongly and implement it this week. Not eventually. This week. Maybe it's auditing your time for wealth-building activities. Maybe it's starting 1-minute daily meditation. Maybe it's identifying your specific knowledge combination. The principles aren't just ideas. They're tools. Tools only work when you use them. If you apply even one insight from today's video, drop a comment and let me know which principle you chose and how it goes. I read every comment, and your success stories inspire others to take action too. This is Book Bites 963. Stop consuming, start building. The life you want is waiting for the principles you'll actually use. Talk soon.